Hello.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Rachel Leishman. Hi. Rachel Leishman from the Mary Sue.
Hi.
Um, hi. To start, a show like this, I don't want to call it a procedural because it's not, because it's just a detective story. But we tend to call detective stories procedurals just like in pop culture. But I do think what is so fascinating about a story like this is I like the dichotomy of these two detectives that are so different, but they are kind of forced into like this kind of mirror of each other. And so, for both of you, what is it that drew you to kind of exploring these two characters in particular and their journey as they are kind of going through this case and how they're forced into the story as a whole, as like they weren't friendly and they didn't know each other prior, but then they are forced into this case that had already passed and now they have to go on it together.
Peter and I were both really privileged to be able to be involved with the development of these characters from the beginning. And we were both keen to play characters that are slow developing as opposed to being fully formed. The thing with the procedural is you ordinarily have a fully formed character, and at the end of every episode, it all gets wrapped up nicely in a bow and nothing really affects them. And we wanted to play two people that the world does have an effect on.
Yeah. And it was nice to play characters who we could see they had a certain depth to them. I mean, in most procedurals, as Cush was saying, at the end of the show, they just go back to being the way they were before. But these are characters who are, who carry scars and who have ghosts and are bruised in many ways. And they are developing as we watch them. Obviously, there's a generational gap, which is very useful. I think Hegarty, my character, recognizes in June a lot of himself, and a lot of his core kind of drive is similar to her. But I think fate's kind of drawn them together, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
There is a big conflict between them that makes them different, but essentially they're magnetized by something that makes them quite similar. But they're just coming at it from two totally different perspectives. So you never quite know who's the cat and who's the mouse within it,
Yeah, and I think it is so fascinating because you both have such a long history of playing characters that are so different too from these characters. Like, especially Peter, I am fascinated by how you continue to bring characters to life that are so different from each other. Like, I know, like, when you became the doctor, everyone was like, but that was Malcolm Tucker. How is he going to be the doctor? And then now this is a completely different character from the other two. And it's just so fascinating to see how you both continue to recreate yourselves each role you take. Is that something that is exciting for you as actors to continue to recreate yourself in each new role that you guys get to take on?
Yeah, because you always want to do something that's a challenge. You always want to be pushed out of your comfort zone. We're all... I'm trapped by the way I look. No matter what I do, I always have this face and this voice and this hair and stuff like that. But then as you get older, that becomes an advantage as well, because like yourself, the audience brings a past to bear. Your previous roles still live with you. But that allows a contrast as well. And you can show the audience something new. And it was very exciting for me to play a character who was quite dark, had, was scarred, had ghosts, but was also veiled. Most of my characters are like, wah, out there,
They're ducks.
Yes. This one was more hidden.
She liked that one, didn't
like this one. So I do everything. So this one was more back there.
I love it. I just wanted to say, yeah. At the thank you guys so much for joining me. I do have to say before I leave, Peter, this is not sad. I'm so sorry. It's gonna sound sad. My dad is no longer with us, but when you became the doctor, his dad was from Scotland, from Glasgow. His last name's Leishman, and he heard you talk. He was like, "Thank God, the doctor's finally Scottish." My brother and I had to explain there were other actors who were Scottish. They just didn't get to be Scottish. And my mom's Italian, so us as Italian Scottish people getting to be you as the doctor,
yeah.
We're like, yeah,
so are we related?
Cool.
We
Probably.
must be related somewhere.
Oh, this was
But it
such
was
a,
so
that
cool.
was such a good way for you guys to reunite
I
as
know.
family.
Nice
Our
to
family.
see you.
But it was, but it meant a lot to us, and so it's really cool to get to talk to you today. And the show rules, so it's
good.
great to see. But
The
thank you
best
guys for
thing
talking with me today. I appreciate it.
No
Pleasure.
worries.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have a great one.
See you
Bye.
later.